This is Carrie Gleckner with Meigs Independent Press, and we're back on Meigs Forward, and I have with me Chase Jenkins with Uplift Fitness. And we've been talking about the economics and why you got involved in this. So let's expand on that a little bit. How is Meigs County impacted by the health of its residents?
So kind of what our line of thinking was there was that if you have somebody that's in a very poor health situation, let's just say maybe you break your leg and you can't work, say you're a construction worker or you do some type of physical labor. That has a very clear impact on your ability to produce in the county, whether regardless of where you work. So it's kind of the same thing with your health. So if you don't have very good health, say you wake up in the morning, don't feel very good, or you have to take a lot of medication, that kind of makes you not as productive at work. So maybe you can still do your job, it's not like a broken leg, but you're not as sharp, or you're not going to put out as highly as you could, versus if, say, you had really, really great health, really great fitness, and you had a lot of vigor for your day, you woke up in the morning ready to go, and that even expands into psychological part of it, well, not just physiological, just your mood and your energy and how that impacts your work day and what you're able to do at your job. And that's each individual. So when we look at the county as a whole, if you were to take an entire county, an entire community of people, and just elevate by a couple percent, their output at their work, and that may even lead to them enjoying their job more, and it's just kind of like exponential. Once you kind of flip that first domino and really start to increase their health and their wellness, everything else just kind of falls in line. And you can, we partner with some employers in the county where we do kind of like a little partnership thing where they'll pay for their membership for their employees, and they get a huge kickback on that. Almost everybody we've approached has been super excited about that, because they know, one, that we're going to take care of their employees and we're going to do a good job with them, but they see the benefit, just whether they're doing things right or what, just the fact that they are working on their health and they're being proactive, that changes the mindset of those employees, regardless of what the numbers say. If you look at their blood work, whatever, and they see an immediate impact and long term. So our thing was, if we can get everybody in the county, or just a big majority of the people, either thinking about their health or actually actively working on it, that does directly translate into the economic output of the county as a whole. And then we look at things like, just the culture and stuff that's going to be around here. So you come down to the shops and stuff people's in a better mood. It does better for our tourism. We could talk about that all day, all the specific impacts that your health is going to have on a community, specifically speaking of economics.
And you started the business up. You kind of did a lot of research and a lot of prep work and everything else.
Lots on the front end.
And you guys have been there for how long now?
Almost a year. So I think it's December 8th last year.
Okay, it has been a year. It's gone quickly. Yeah. It's gone quickly.
Yep. So we started, like I said, I started research at Ohio University for it. That was 2016. And that rolled, as soon as I graduated, rolled into the business planning with Small Business Development Center in Athens. Yeah. So we did that for about a year. I think it was around a year before we got funding, and then started renovations on the building. And I think that was about a 6 to 8 month process before we got open. But yeah, that was.
Did you work with Carlene?
I did.
Carlene Dodson?
Carlene's the best.
Carlene is the best. And if you're looking at trying to get involved in starting a business, you definitely want to talk to them. You definitely want to talk to Carlene.
Have to.
She's just amazing. And there's so many resources out there, and they're free.
Oh, yeah. Totally
they're free.
Yeah, there's no way I could have done any of that without their help, for sure.
And they helped you with a lot of different things as far as getting prepped. And there's things that you don't think about when you start a business that they do. So there's a lot of different things. But you renovated a space.
Yep.
Completely renovated the space.
Yeah, we got
totally
the whole
looks different.
Place.
Actually, you guys came in after it had flooded.
Yep. So
you got to deal with that.
Luckily, right after.
You got to deal with that.
Yep. So we actually are right when we started renovations. It was when the last flood was. So it wasn't too bad. We cleaned it up. We weren't really had any working space in there, so it didn't tear up nothing. But we were lucky on that end. But did get to deal with our first flood right out of the gate, but got it out of the way. So,
but that also, you guys were prepared. You've designed that that you know what's going to happen. You know that sometimes the High River likes to come out of its banks and say hello to everybody on Main Street, whether you wanted to or not. It's just nature. It's what happens. But it's also the nature of doing business on Main Street in Pomeroy.
Absolutely. It's not if, it's when.
It's when.
Yeah, so you just got to have a plan. Nothing you can do about it.
And one of the things that happened with that last go-round, I think most of the businesses have gone through and they're prepared. Like, you're prepared.
Yeah.
You used construction materials with that in mind, and that's going to make going forward a lot easier.
Oh, yes.
Probably going to have some help moving some of that equipment. You have to do that.
Forklifts and
some
pallet
really
racks
amazing, really amazing equipment there. Okay. Well, this is Carrie Gleckner with Meigs Independent Press. We are on Meigs Forward here, and my guest has been Chase Jenkins, and we'll be back with more.